In the last video, I mentioned reasons relationships fail. A lot of people go into relationships and on the long run, the relationship crash. Maybe because you are at fault, or maybe because you've not met the right person. And in that class, I also mentioned that before considering quitting your relationship with your partner, or before you go into a relationship, there are certain things that you must assess, which include yourself first. Before assessing or before condemning your partner, you need to assess yourself first to see that you are doing your own part. And I mentioned 4 things that you should check, a kind of self-assessment that you should do before you go into a relationship. And the first is that make sure you love yourself before you go into any relationship. If you don't love yourself, you cannot give love. You can only give what you have, and what you don't have, you cannot give. The second thing to do before you go into a relationship is to make sure that you pursue your dream. You pursue your passion, lay your hands on something. Whatsoever a man lays his hand on shall prosper. Not for someone who is not doing anything. So before putting your burden on your partner, or before blaming your partner for not meeting up to your standards, make sure that you love yourself. Make sure that you assess yourself. Make sure that you are a good time manager. Be time conscious, and you should as well know how to manage your finances before considering a relationship. And today, the first thing I want to mention is that before you go into a relationship, you must learn to let go. When I say let go, I mean let go of your past relationships. I've met people who always make reference to their ex. Oh, my ex this, my ex is that, my ex is better than you, and all that. How do you want that person to feel? Many relationships break because your partner sees that you have not gotten over your ex. Your partner says that you have not gotten over your past relationship, and that makes them make them uncomfortable with you. I'll be uncomfortable with you each time you spend with me. I'll be uncomfortable with you when you make reference to your ex each time we are together. So do not let your past creep into your present, and do not let your past creep into your future. Many people are bitter in their present relationship because of what they felt in their past relationship. You need to understand that your ex is someone else. He is different from your present spouse, or is different from the person you are going into a relationship right now. So do not let the past, maybe you have been bittered in your past relationship, that does not define your present relationship. If you were hurt in your past relationship, it as well has nothing to do with the present relationship you are in with. So you don't bring the bitterness, the baggage from the previous relationship into the next relationship. That will only make this relationship crash. So you need to check your baggage at the door and be sure that you are done with it before you go into another relationship. You need to heal. And that is why I advise people who experience heartbreak not to go into another one immediately, because your heart needs time. That time is called the healing time. It needs time to heal from whatever hurt it has been through. Then you go. But if you go into a new relationship with the hurts you feel from the past, it's really going to affect the next relationship. So you need to heal. Don't just say, hey, I'm over it. No. It is easier said than done. You need to feel that, okay, whenever I think of this person, I'm not as hurt as I used to. You need to be sure that you are free with the next person. You need to show that you are being able to trust someone else before you go into the relationship. And your past trauma, your past experiences, your past relationship, they affect the current one if you don't let go. You would only, if you don't learn to forget, if you don't master to forget what you have been through, all the experiences, the trauma will affect the present one, and will lead you to nowhere. You just end up in circles if you don't let go of the past. So maybe you are still in the healing process. I want you to take time to heal first before you go into the next process. I need you to heal first before you go into the next relationship. You need to be aware of the baggage that you carry. You need to be aware of the kind of burden that is in your heart. You need to learn, okay, this was the reason my previous relationship failed, and now I want to go into the next one. What are the things I need to go with? What are the things I need to do without? Maybe your past relationship ended because of you, probably because of something you have done wrong. You need to first learn not to blame yourself anymore. Then you need to learn, okay, this was my fault, and this is how I can be better. Heal from it before you proceed. So you need to be aware that the baggage you are carrying right now could affect, it can affect the next relationship. Or probably your present relationship is on the verge of breaking, because of the baggage you are carrying, the baggage you brought from your previous relationship. So if that is your issue right now, I would advise that you take a break, see what has happened, reflect over it, then heal and proceed. If it is something that you need to share with your partner, you might need to share it so that he or she would know how to help you through it. In most cases, sharing what you have been through can as well help your partner to understand how to relate with you. That is the first point for today, and the fifth point on this topic. Then the last one I'm going to mention is communicate. We need to unlearn and relearn how to communicate. In most cases, we believe that we are passing a message when we don't. That action speaks louder than voice the formula does not really work with everyone. There are some cases that you need to spell it out, you need to say it, because I'm not in your mind and you don't expect me to just assume what you feel or what you want. So when you want something, it is better that you say it to your partner. Saying it to your partner includes communicating well. If you're not communicating in the proper way, your partner might as well get it. Sometimes you might say something, you say it verbally, but you still pass the wrong information. So you need to understand who you are in a relationship with and know how to communicate with the person. Now, communicate what you want. Communicate what you need. Communicate how you feel. Because this thing can help you improve your relationship. In fact, you need to communicate how you want the relationship to improve. There are so many things you need to talk about. There are so many things you need to express in relationships. And in most cases, people assume that he should know, she should know. Not everyone understands sign languages. So you need to be vocal. You need to express yourself in ways that you know that your partner will be able to comprehend. And this is it. Many people just want their partner to assume and understand them, unknowing that lack of proper communication is even what creates rifts in most relationships. When you expect the person to understand, and the person does not understand what you are saying or does not understand you, hated. So to avoid rift in relationships, you need to communicate how you feel, what you want from that relationship, what you expect from that relationship. Communicate it with your partner. Have a conversation. Have this heart-to-heart talk with your partner, and this will help you improve your relationships. Now, lack of communication creates rifts and misunderstandings. But on the other hand, communication solidifies your relationship and not romance. A lot of people believe that it is romance that solidifies their relationship. It is not so. It is your communication level. This is it. When you spend time with people, the more time you spend with people, the more you begin to bond. If you want to understand this well, check the people you spend time with. You realize that you begin to understand them more. You begin to bond with them. So when you want, even if there is distance in the relationship, maybe one lives in a town, in a city, and the other lives in another city, once you communicate often, the bond remains. So I want you to understand that romance does not solidify relationship, but communication solidifies relationship. Kindly like, share, and follow us on all our social media platforms. I believe that you enjoyed this class. Thank you.